Okay, good morning, readers. Today is Friday, the 17th of July, and it is a new release day. So I have book number 12 in the Auntie Clem's Bakery series, Santa Shortbread, coming out today. So that's available on Amazon paperback or in the Kindle store if you're looking for it today. And I'm going to do a short reading from that. I also have some other book releases that you might be interested in up on my blog post, so I have links to both of those things in the description today. You can pop over and pick up some new books. So, Christmas in July. I hope you don't object. Erin spoke to young Peter Foster as he bent close to the bakery display case, examining the newest gluten-free treats with his younger sisters. "What are you going to make for Christmas?" he asked. "You made lots of really good cookies last year." "We will again this year," Erin assured him. "I just met with Charlie, my partner, on the weekend. We have a nice list of what we're going to have for you this year. We're going to do some of the little one-bite desserts like we had at Thanksgiving." She saw the disappointment chase across his face. "I know you don't like the pumpkin tarts and gingerbread, but that won't be all we have. And there'll be lots of different kinds of cookies. I'm going to make some cut-out shortbread cookies. You'll like those. And we can do all kinds of fun shapes." "Christmas shapes?" "Yes, of course. Stars and trees and gingerbread men and snowmen, all kinds of things." "Santa?" one of the little girls asked, bouncing up and down. Her sticky fingers were on the glass of the display case, and either Erin or her assistant Vic was going to have to clean it again after they left. But Erin didn't mind. She loved her littlest customers, the Fosters especially. Erin looked at Vic and glanced at Mrs. Foster to see what they thought. Vic had warned her against using too many secular symbols of Christmas. Bald Eagle Falls was in the Bible Belt, and they had to be careful not to offend the customers who didn't want to see pagan symbols or a lot of commercial crap around their religious holiday. "I'm sure we can do some Santas," Vic agreed, and after a moment Mrs. Foster nodded too. The kids had won that round. They were so inundated through the media that they couldn't be expected to be completely blind to Santa and the other commercial offerings. "And the Grinch?" Peter demanded. "You have to do the Grinch." Erin laughed. I'll have to see what I can find. We're going into the city to look for some new cookie cutters, and I'll see if I can find a Grinch. I haven't seen any around." "That would be cool. We'd buy them." "The Grinch is green," Karen contributed. "Yes, I would have to make green cookies or frosting," Erin agreed. "Green cookies? You can't make green cookies." "I certainly can." "How?" "Magic," Erin teased. Then, thinking better of the comment, changed her mind. "Just with green food coloring, Karen. It's really easy." "I haven't had green cookies before." "Then I'll have to make some for sure, won't I?" "What did you guys want today?" They made their choices for the kids' cookie club, and Vic handed them out. Mrs. Foster ordered the baked goods she would need for the week, and stood with her hand on her slightly protruding belly while she waited for it all to be wrapped up and totaled. "I know I've said it before, but I can't thank you enough for all the lovely gluten-free baking you do. I used to have to do so much extra baking to make something safe for Peter, so that he could have something other than the packaged baking from the cities and bread over and over again. Now, it's just so nice to come here and know he can have anything in the bakery, and it's all so good." Erin flashed a look at Peter. "Even if he doesn't like pumpkin pie." "Mom says lots of yours to the ones at the grocery store." When the Fosters had gone, there was a lull. Vic went around the display case to wipe down fingerprints. "I'll be right back," Erin told her. "I need to fix my hair." Several dark strands had escaped her hairpins and baker's hat, so Erin ducked into the commode to look in the mirror while she took care of it all, and then washed up again. Vic, with her long blonde hair, seemed to be able to manage to keep hers tidy and out of her face all day, but Erin frequently had to take a break at some point to get hers back in order. Maybe she should grow hers longer so she could pull it into a ponytail or bun, rather than trying to keep the shorter locks pinned back. She returned to the front of the bakery, looking presentable again, and smiled at the approaching customers. It was getting noticeably busier as Christmas approached and people were buying more baking for parties, presents, and preparing ahead for their Christmas meals. Melissa was one of the latest customers. She gave Erin a broad smile and stepped up eagerly to look into the display case. While she lived alone, Erin knew that she would be hosting a dinner for some of her other single women in her church group, and later on Christmas Day would be off to the penitentiary to see her friend, Davis Plant. More unusual relationship. What would you like today? Erin asked. Need anything for the department? I think it'd be nice if someone other than me sprang for muffins for the police department now and then, Melissa said, with an irritated shake of her head that sent her dark spiraling curls bouncing. I only work there part-time, so my paycheck is lower than anyone else's. Maybe Clara or the sheriff could buy them sometime. Vic's eyebrows climbed. I always thought you got reimbursed for those. No, it's just out of the kindness of my heart. Seems to me it's time for someone else to buy them this time. Erin nodded uncomfortably. She had taken muffins over to the police department herself occasionally, but like Vic, she had always thought that Melissa's purchases were covered by her employer. She would mention it to Officer Terry Piper when she saw him later that day. She was sure he didn't mean to take advantage of Melissa. Probably no one had ever thought twice about it. Something for you, then. Person can only do so much, Melissa muttered. With all that I do for the department, they could show some appreciation. Yes, Erin agreed. Everyone likes to be recognized for what they do. Anything interesting going on lately? Erin didn't usually encourage Melissa's gossip about the police department or crimes going on in Bald Eagle Falls, but she felt the situation called for a little distraction. Melissa leaned forward. Actually, she looked dramatically left and right to see if anyone were listening in. There were customers behind her, but they were waiting patiently and didn't appear to be eavesdropping. Though Melissa put on a show of being discreet, she preferred an audience. Have you heard of the Grinch? We were just talking to the Fosters about the Grinch, Erin laughed. They want me to make green Grinch cookies for Christmas. No, not the Dr. Seuss character. The real Grinch. Vic leaned on the display case. There is no real Grinch. Melissa nodded vigorously. There is. At first, we didn't think it was anything more than the usual holiday thefts. You know, there are always a few cars broken into, usually in the city. People leave newly purchased gifts in full view. Then they're surprised when someone breaks into their car in the parking lot. But Bald Eagle Falls has had an unusual rash of thefts the past couple of weeks. What counts as a rash of thefts? Erin asked. I don't know for sure how many have been reported. I haven't filed all of the reports, but there have been house and car thefts, with some pricey items stolen. More than normal? There are always some, but there have been a couple of families. Melissa frowned and shook her head. They've lost all their Christmas gifts. Folks in this part of Tennessee are not wealthy. Some families really have to scrape to get a few things together for the little ones. And then someone like the Grinch comes along and takes everything away, even if they can. If their deductible isn't too high, and it's worthwhile to make a claim, they're not going to get the money in time for Christmas. That's so sad, Vic exclaimed. Who would do something like that? The Grinch, Melissa said, giving a nod. You see, whoever it is, they're stealing Christmas from the children of Bald Eagle Falls. Erin and Vic shook their heads. Bald Eagle Falls was a small community, close-knit, and it was hard to believe that anyone would want to hurt their neighbors that way, especially little children. That's just terrible. Erin looked down at the products on display. She was mindful of the fact that there were other people lined up behind Melissa, so they couldn't gossip for long. What do you think you would like today, then? We have chocolate chip muffins. She knew Melissa's weakness for anything with chocolate in it. Melissa frowned, examining the various possibilities, and then returned to the chocolate chip muffins that Erin had pointed out and decided, I do think it is a chocolate chip muffin kind of day. Okay, so that is Santa Shortbread from the Auntie Clem's Bakery series, available today, and I hope that you will head over and pick it up. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.